welcome Sarah Pelinka to the stage. Sarah was in the third May cast in 2015 and has been in 3 of the 4 alumni shows, so this is her 5th Listen to Your Mother show. Sarah's favorite holiday food is her grandma's dumpling soup because it has handwritten directions by her dad that say, 2 eggs, but sometimes 3. 4 cups of flour, but maybe more. And mix it up real wet and a little sticky. They've made it 1,000 times, and all the memories are wrapped up in the smells, tastes, and feelings of the dumplings, and the struggle to make them just right. Here's Sarah with Returns.
My mom was an addict. Anyone that knew her might feign surprise to learn this, but everyone knew and we all enabled her. My dad, he was the worst of us all. Weeknights and weekends were spent chauffeuring my mom to various places near and far to indulge her habit. The holidays only made the addiction more evident and the addict more thirsty. You see, my mom was addicted to buying and returning things. And boy, did she shop like a mother. But she returned like a motherfucker. Back in the day, one had a Rolodex. My mom's included at least half a dozen Dayton sales associates from the petite floor. The petite section was the epicenter of the addiction and from which it grew. In her Rolodex, each associate was personally named along with anecdotes my mom learned about them while they shopped and chatted together. One name even had an asterisk with a notation that read, "Will call other stores for me." My mom regularly came home with multiple garment bags and shoe boxes, an Evan Pacone blouse, a Jones New York pantsuit, Liz Claiborne heels. She no sooner burst through the door before exclaiming, "Don't worry, I'm returning all these things." Which was partly true. She'd return most of it. But let me ask you, if you buy 100% of the things and return 80% and then buy 100% more, who can keep up with the math? You can't. So we didn't. As we all know, addiction can run in the family. When it came to shopping, I was a natural. But doing my first return, that was nerve-wracking. However, I had watched my mom so many times, I knew I could do it. It was something small, a picture frame from Target, I think. I remember telling the salesperson that this was my first time. And I don't think he really knew what that meant. So much was this behavior a part of who we were, the outgoing message on our answering machine went like this. "I'm sorry, we're not here to answer your call. We're more than likely at the mall." I shit you not. My mom and I found any occasion to shop together, but it was especially around the holidays when we did the most damage. The more we shopped together, the more we returned together. We had friends at the Gap, Nordstrom, Talbot's, at the Clinique counter, and especially our dear friends in the petite section at Dayton's. During one memorable shopping trip, we pulled over due to dangerous road conditions. My mom frantically began praying, "Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee," yada yada, while simultaneously digging through our shopping bags for all the receipts we had amassed. I watched in awe as procedural body memory allowed her to stress the fuck out while also neatly filing the receipts away for our future return trip. As soon as she realized I was neither helping collect receipts nor praying, she looked me dead in the eyes and scolded something ridiculous like, "Sarah, don't you dare remove any tags before I see you in those shirts." Because of my early and ongoing training, there is nothing too special or too sacred I won't return. Sentimental gifts from loved ones at Christmas? Returned. A cantaloupe from Cub? returned. A lampshade I bought in Chicago and brought home on the plane as carry-on, returned. Underwear, hemmed and altered jeans, a Pretty Woman DVD, effing returned. There are also the things my mom and I drove endless miles for that we'd inevitably return. One night, I drove 45 minutes to buy a shirt I was obsessed with. On the way, I called Travis to let him know, I like this shirt, but I don't love it. If something happens to me, I don't want to be buried in it. I returned that shit the following week. My mom was my shopping buddy and the return queen. I was her trusty sidekick and mentee. So the first few holiday seasons after my mom was diagnosed with Alzheimer's were the hardest. No more trips to the mall to buy things we'd later return together. No more visiting the ladies in the petite section. Those days were done. Those are just memories now. After my mom died, we spent an afternoon cleaning out her room at the nursing home. We found some clothes we had bought for her, like the pants with elastic waistbands and soft zippered sweaters. Some of them still had tags. Through the tears, I laughed a little. I couldn't help but think she thought she might end up returning these things. I tucked them in a bag and took them with me. I was behind on my Christmas shopping that year as things seemed infinitely harder with her gone. Late December, I went shopping to buy a few last-minute things. I also threw a few returns in a bag. No receipt. I felt nervous. What would I even say? I was fourth in line, then third, then second. And suddenly there I was, standing in front of an older woman behind the counter. She smiled at me. Shaking, I pulled the pants and sweaters out of the bag. I don't have a receipt, I said, but these clothes belong to my mom. We lost her a couple months ago. She reached across the register and placed her hands over mine and said, "We can return the clothing, dear, but thankfully not the memories of the person who wore them." And thank goodness for that. Our next reader is Chris Wool. Chris was in the third May cast with me in 2015 and has been in 2 alumni shows, so this is her 4th LTYM show. If Chris could travel anywhere for the holidays, she would go with that first ghost who visits old Scrooge to catch a glimpse of holidays past. Back to her grandma's house when she was little, back to her childhood Christmases with siblings, and back to the early years with her own kids, when they would hang all the ornaments on the bottom 4th of the tree and put their Darth Vader action figure in the manger scene. Here's Chris with The Singing.